All right, friends. So good evening and welcome to our session on safe racing. I don't know whether everybody can hear me. Loshi can hear.
Yeah, can
All
do.
right, great. So anyway, we record it if possible for others' benefit. So the reason we put this together is, end of the day, it's a great race. I guess a lot of things are falling in place. We are all going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be tough, but everything depends on how safely we get this race to come to a conclusion, so we can all finally be happy and say we've achieved something great. So with that as our primary priority, uh, Loshi and we were having a chat, and she volunteered. Realized she's got a excellent background, being a cycling, growingly exciting cycling life for Roshi.
Recently started.
Recently, and she's also going to be part of the team because her somebody in her family is also part of the race. So, and she's got a fair bit of experience that she could share some thoughts on safe racing as well as the medical protocol if the worst case happens. So, yes. I will just start off by saying, well, I've got a bit of experience of riding bicycles around, few races here and there. Had my own share of scary moments. Survived. I've seen pretty scary ones, and then for whatever the reason, we made the right decisions, right timing, luck. So far, we've been able to survive in most cases. Sri Lanka also saw an amateur cyclist uh, lose his life. So we've also seen, honestly, things that we would never want to hear. So it's good to have it openly, the conversation, so that we understand we are part of uh, usual day-to-day life traffic. Hence, we are mentally prepared. As well as our crew gets updated if we don't have the crew members here, so they take the right decision. So my silly mistakes that have caused accidents for me is while riding, try to drink water, and I didn't see the bend coming, and I've had that type of stupid mistakes. I've had wheel overlapping. That means when you're riding, somebody who's riding close to you overlaps your wheel and easily entangle, and we've had crashes happening. I've had situations that I've just looked down for 2 seconds, took my head up, some young kid crossed the road, and I've just gone up in the air, fallen back, and broke one of my bones in the back. I don't know what bone that was, and was out for 3 week, I don't know, 2 months. Um, then the other issue is about the bicycle, especially in if your tires are not well inflated or they don't have the right grip. Slippery moments can happen anytime, especially in the rain. So you got to be very conscious about your tires, the level of psi, the air pressure that you put in, so that you are safe on this type of long endurance rides. The final one is trying to do your hands off and riding. The good old days of trying to celebrate and do fun stuff and put on your zipper. A dog crosses, a raccoon, anything can happen, and then suddenly you are just sliding on the road. On your bad day, you could slide onto a vehicle, and so little things that we ourselves cause or something else could cause without any prior warning. So I guess you will think through the need to be very conscious about unforced errors that can create situations that you don't want to be going through. Then the backup vehicles, the support vehicles, the camera crew, out of total sheer excitement, trying to cheer you. See, some of these drivers are not experts to drive along bicycles, trying to pass water, entangled. I've seen that happening. Obviously, you see a lot of that happening on YouTube, but it's a bad place to be. So it's even better to stop, get down, take your bottle of water, then try to do pro stuff while riding. So your crew has to know, trying to do something on behalf of the rider. You might create a hazard, and that might prompt a situation. Then the other thing is, I've seen as we race, sometimes we come to a position that we know we have a problem. Either you're feeling dizzy or you're feeling something's not right, and because we've committed to that event and we want to finish it, we keep going. Or sometimes the rider is feeling uncomfortable and want to stop, but the crew and the family is so committed and they keep pushing, saying, okay, 10 more kilometers to go, 100 more kilometers to go. And so some of these moments are things you got to really think through and have the rider safety, of course, the crew member safety as a top priority. So let me summarize a few things I just want to put on the table. Uh, Drinking water, you are taking one hand off, so anything can happen. Secondly, your tires trying to corner, slipping, that is something to watch out for. Taking food, drinks while you're traveling, that's something to watch out for. Any moment you put your head down and you look up, you are bound to have something unexpected, so you got to watch out for that. And then one final thing I had in mind with regard to safety, we've discussed all of that, so that's it. So what we have in the background is Sri Lanka today has a pretty strong response, medical response infrastructure with SUAS area. These are great things that have happened in the last couple of years. You have got the number for that. They are very fast. They will support. Then we also have first aid, experience first aid. Loshi will talk more about it, both at all the key hubs of the race. So if you come with an ailment or a concern, you could talk to them and they could guide you and advise you. Then we have a control center. Whenever you have a medical or mechanical issue, you will obviously inform and they will support by connecting you or giving you the right guidance. Then finally, we are going to give you a list of all the hospitals in every key town with the numbers double checked to know that they work, so that your backup crew has access to all those numbers in case of an emergency. So with that, before I pass it on to Loshi, do you have any questions you want to ask me? What we have next is Loshi will do a quick presentation and we will open up for a Q&A. Any questions from the race headquarters, race director, organizers from point of view, you can ask. Okay, so Loshi is a doctor and she's got some interesting experience and she cycles and she volunteered to help us. So thank you so much, Roshi.
You're most welcome.
Yes,
Yes.
happy
Happy to
to
help. Happy to be a part of it, actually.
happy to be a part of it. So over to you. You can take it over, Loshi.
Thank you. Thank you. So, hello everybody. I'm Loshi. I'm actually one of the relay members' daughters. I'm Sinna's daughter. You might meet him, the guy with the bald head. So, yeah. So I'll be in their support vehicle actually. So we actually, Yasas and I had a small conversation about what can help the riders, because most of you all are professionally riding and you all know what to do and what not to do. We actually want to tell you, especially what not to do when you fall or when you have a symptom. So first things first, the race quarters, the Race the Pearl organization has already got some first aid help, first aid responders organized at all the three main stations. So there'll be two guys there. They'll be ready with the first aid kit and everything, because since you all are competing against time and distance, we thought that one ambulance covering behind the whole pack is not going to work, because one person is going to be in Vaunia and one person is going to be in Kilinochchi, so it's not going to help at all. So what they've done is they've actually organized two first responders at each point. At Vaunia, we'll have two people. At Dambulla, we'll have two people, and at Dondra will have two people. So these are they're from the Sri Lankan Police Life Saving Unit, and they're fairly equipped and they know how to handle the situation. And the other thing is that they will be able to get the 1990, which is the ambulance number, who will come to the spot immediately and help out however close or far you all are. So the first thing is to call 1990 is the first thing that we should be doing at any given point before handling, once we know that the situation is going to get out of our control. So the next thing is I'll be there in one of the backup vehicles. We'll be coming right across, but I don't know where we'll be. We'll be all against time that day. So if anything major happens, I'll step in to help if I'm in the vicinity. So first thing is, let's talk about what are the injuries that you all can have. Most of you all are very professional riders. You all know how to take care of yourselves and everything. But just to give a insight, because once the adrenaline kicks in, we might go haywire, right? So in that case, first the minor injuries, the abrasions, laceration, cuts and bruises, basically. So you just wash it with water if you bleed, and then you can either cover it with a sterile gauze or you can leave it open if it's small. And then cramps, all of you all know, rehydrate, stretch, use any kind of salt, magnesium, calcium, whatever helps you out, because every person reacts to it differently. Some will have to stop for a couple of minutes, some will have to keep pushing for it to settle down. So, however, whatever works for you on that day. So, and then is the swollen limbs. If by any chance you have any kind of swelling in any leg or anything, unless and until you haven't sprained or broken any bones or had any ligament tears, it's always rest, which we're not going to do. So I'm supposed to say this to you all. Rest is first, but it's taken for granted that we're not going to be doing that. But then is the ice. Ice will help you all a lot in that case. And then it's elevation of the limb if time permits. If not, you all will proceed. We'll take care of you all at Dondra. But the basic thing is that since I'm very new to riding, I can understand the adrenaline kicking in and us riding in that spirit, but safety comes first, right? So you all have to be safe to see RTP 2021 also. So that's that. And then if any major injury, if the person is conscious and breathing, and let's talk about the collarbone dislocation first, which is very major in cycling. Any collarbone break, if your collarbone breaks or any dislocation, first thing is you hold both your arms in this way. You support your other shoulder. And generally, before the first responder or whoever, and this is when the RSV, the crew members, come into a very major role, because they'll be the ones taking the call for the injured person, because they won't be able to make the right decision. So it'll be better if the crew member, your confidant, helps you to take care of it. So that's about that. And then once you have a collarbone dislocation or any kind of injury, the first thing is you support both your arms on this side. It's usual that your head will tilt to the injured side. If I've injured my right collarbone, my head will automatically tilt that side. So that's normal. There's nothing to worry that you're spinning to one side or you're bending or anything of that sort. So that, and then you have to wait for some help to arrive at that place. Or when you hurt a collarbone, you can also go to the nearest hospital or however, whatever is convenient at that time. So then we have yeah. So then we have, you all have to remember is if a person is hurt or there's a crash, then you have to move him out of the road. Him or her, move the person rider out of the road. And depending on how, if they've hurt their head or neck, do not move them, and rather create a physical barrier using your cards, not putting yourself. So this is when the RSV comes into play. So they will create a physical barrier around the rider and make sure they call an ambulance and wait for support to help. Once you hit your head, neck, fine. If not,
Abdul, you'll have to, sorry.
I just muted him.
Okay.
I put him on mute. Yeah. So yeah. So then, if the person has hurt their head, neck, or spine, however, there'll be a bruise, or if they might say that they have loss of sensation or voluntary loss of bladder, bowel control. This is all the worst case scenario. So if that happens, you do not move them, you don't touch them. If they're breathing and they're fine, you just leave them there and create a physical barrier using your cars, not yourself, because then you'll be in danger. You'll be in the middle of A9 or whatever else is called that road. So don't do that. So it's just how you respond to it quickly will actually save a person's life or from any further immobility or anything major. So after that, if a person crashes and they're not breathing, or they're not say worst case scenario, they're not breathing or anything of that sort, if only you're trained or you know a bit of CPR or anything of that sort, resuscitation, you can proceed. If not, please wait for help to arrive. And the main thing is, if they've hurt their head, neck, and spine, do not touch them at all, because by moving them around or carrying them to the hospital, you'll be doing more harm than any good at all. And then is any kind of bleeding from anywhere in the body, just apply pressure and ice. That's it. Do not try to roll up with anything. But and actually, applying pressure, you don't have to wait for sterile gauze or anything fancy like that. Just plain old t-shirt, anything clean would do. And if possible, if it's any of the four limbs, just elevate their limbs so that the bleeding stops automatically. And then you can obviously when one person is giving a call to the ambulance, the other one can do all this. And then when do you stop? Once you're okay, fine, you had a small crash, like the other day while coming riding for 1333, I fell down hitting another rider's tire. So then after a while, I didn't feel so good, so I had to stop for a while. They were really helpful because the whole pack stopped for me, and then we moved after a couple of minutes. So then you have to be aware of when to stop, since you all are doing it against time. So technically you're supposed to sleep and ride, but you all will be riding continuously, and that to the physical activity is at maximum exertion. So if you can't keep yourself open and keep your eyes open on the saddle, it's better you stop somewhere, take a quick nap, or just rest for about 20-30 minutes, load up on caffeine, and then proceed further, rather than pushing yourself and sleeping on the saddle and falling down and causing huge havoc rather than doing that. And then is when your muscles start to shiver, tremble, it's actually best to stop and stretch first, because otherwise a cramp will set in. But most of you all know how it's very different for everybody how to handle on cramps. And then if you're you're overly tired, you're too tired, so take a rational decision based on how your body is working on that day. All of you all are trained, but anything could go wrong in any minute. So take a wise decision at that time, and if need be, listen to whoever is in your RSV, race support vehicle, because they're your friends, your family, your colleagues, or whoever they are. They're coming to support you, so they'll be taking a good decision for you. So then another thing is, when the person is injured, this is especially for the people in the RSV like I am going to be. So if anyone has hit or they've fallen down and they're still riding, or after that, it's very important that the person riding in the RSV vehicle takes a call, because if you see any kind of swaying movements of the rider or anything that you think that the rider is not fit enough to ride further, take a quick decision of stopping them, because that will actually save their life rather than them continuing and then things becoming uncontrollable when the situation goes out of hand. And it's actually advisable, like I will be carrying a decently fairly good sized first aid kit. So like that at Dambulla, Vavnia, Dambulla and Dondra we're going to be having, and the race support vehicle that is from the race support organization, they will also be carrying a first aid kit. But it's better each vehicle has a small compact kit. It doesn't have to be very fancy. Just some gauze, some cotton, some alcohol swabs, ice pack, definitely ice pack, and that to all of those who are riding for the 24 hours. I think ice will be a big game changer for you all. And then a little bit of any roller band-aid just in case you break your bones or worst case scenario, if it happens, to support your arms or legs. However, some muscle relaxants, some painkillers, no harm, right? Carrying it is will be actually of help rather than not having it at that point. And any at any given point, if you all face any trouble, any ailment, it's best to call 1990 first and then inform Raise the Pearl organization, the numbers given by Yasasara, Pumika, and all of them, because they will actually get you all help from the centers. Like if a person falls at Kilinochchi, the guys at Baunia will be ready, or they will dispatch from there to, if depending on your location, how to get to you, what to do best. They will take a decision, quick decision based on that. And the same way, if someone is nearby Dambulla or the I don't know the place name, the place that starts with T in between Vaunia and Dambulla. So if that's the case, there are guys at Dambulla. Then again, from Dambulla to Dondra, Velabaya, we're going to have a couple of guys around there, and then at Dondra. So, however, you all need, unless and until you all communicate so this decision has to be on the race support vehicle crew members. So whoever is in that vehicle will have to take the call of calling any one person and informing, so that they can get you adequate help at the correct time. So and it's best to carry a small first aid kit, because you all will need it at any time. And I think I've covered everything. I think that's all I'd last to talk about.
Yeah. So we'll open up. Thanks, Losha. That's fantastic. Key points. So, what type of specific questions you have that is in your head that we could answer? Losha, can you repeat what somebody should have in general in their first aid kit in the vehicle?
Yeah, I got one from the Army hospital today.
Okay.
So this is that. So yeah. So first is alcohol swabs or alcohol to clean your wound.
Yeah.
Next is a small antibacterial cream, provided, because if you have any cuts and bruises, if you want to use it,
Loshi, sorry, can you start that over again, please?
Yeah. First is alcohol, just to clean the wound if in case you have any cuts and bruises. Then is good to carry a antibacterial cream. This is sofromycin. You all can use anything you all want, but this works pretty decently, at least for me it works. So yeah, that's that. And then some roller bandage, roller gauze, and a scissors or anything sharp, a blade or a scissors is a must, because you'll have to cut something or the other, your t-shirt, your jersey or something. So anything sharp that will cut is a necessity in a first aid box. And then something to tie everything up. You all can have a band-aid or the so something that can secure everything in one place, provided you have a fall. And any painkillers, all your muscle relaxants. I'm not talking in terms of your cramps and your nutrition part. It's just about your first aid kit carrying, because your nutrition, you all are going to have it in your back pocket, so that's must, so that you all know about it. So we're not going to talk about that. So other than that, you all will have to have some roller gauze, some bandage, some plaster. And I think that's about it.
That's about it. Cool. So, in your beginner's guide, there's a document that was shared. I guess some of you have joined late to the registration. I will. Saman, can you mute your mic? Loshi, will you do the?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Saman. Thank you. So, so that has another list of things, and I guess Loshi, you covered it. So, with regard to a concussion, you discussed that comes out of somebody falling, and there's a concussion. Can you repeat the first three things somebody should do?
Yeah, definitely. Whenever you fall and you hit your head on the ground, on your bike, on your even your head on your shoulder, it's never a slight knock on your head. Okay, you'll never realize it, but since you all are going against time, it's fairly fair enough to say that you won't experience any symptoms. But if by any chance you experience any of the following that I'm going to list out, it's mandatory that you stop. It's for the betterment. It's for your good that you will have to take part in Race the Pearl 2021. So any nausea, any dizziness, anything, any confusion, vomiting, fatigability is going to be there. So that's taken out for this type of concussion. And then any irritability or any kind of sensitivity to light or noise that is getting on your nerves, that means you have hit your head perfectly fine. So then, first thing you do is stop, think about it for a second, and take a wise call of if you want to continue or not. Because I shouldn't be saying this, since I ride, I'm telling you this. Because for a concussion, the first treatment is rest. But the thing is, your symptoms might not even appear for about 6 hours. So, say you hit your head in Dambulla. So you're going to reach Bellavaya by the time you feel anything, even a slight thing. But at that time, you're not going to connect the dots to this. So you'll be like, no, I'm just tired cycling, and you'll continue. So at that time, if your body leaves you, you can reach, you can do the whole thing, finish off, and then rest. But I'm supposed to say is you have to rest first. Hi, Agnes.
All right, so that's on that.
Sorry.
The other one I want to ask you is dehydration. So obviously, our simple premise in cycling is eat before you're
Eat
hungry,
before you, yeah.
and,
I learned it from you, yes, sir.
and
So
drink before
that
you.
was the first thing you told me at Spinners. Eat before you need it and drink water before you feel thirsty.
Yeah. But said that, obviously, I guess our riders have thought through their electrolytes in some form or the other. Local Jeevan is available at every aid station. So being very conscious and disciplined on that helps. But can you talk us through a bit about dehydration, symptoms, and whatever advice you could give?
Yeah. So once you're dehydrated is when you will start feeling more fatigability will set in. So once you start feeling thirsty, it's taken for granted that you are dehydrated. But then your dry lips but if you're cycling in the rain, you're cycling in the sun, anyway, it's going to be there. But then the best thing is y'all continuously take your fluids correctly. Most of y'all are used to Jeevani, some of them to some caffeine, and people who are actually drinking caffeinated drinks and others, it's better y'all drink as y'all sip on the drink, your backup booster drink. It's better y'all sip on a little bit of water so that actually kicks in your metabolism, and it also helps in your dehydration. Because caffeine and all these other drinks that we take, I'm not talking about the energy gel packs, the other stuff, like some of them, I don't know, some of them drink watermelon juice. And another thing I wanted to say is tender coconut. Tender coconut is not a rehydration solution. Like it's not you only have to drink tender coconut when you stop cycling, not while you're cycling, because most of us don't understand it that it has only potassium in it and not anything else. So it actually doesn't help. But some of us do drink coconut water while cycling, but it's important to drink water with it. That too, when you are against time for such a long distance, that's the only way that it will work.
Oh, you broke my heart on that one.
I also drink tender coconut, yes, but that's only for 100 kilometers, not for 600.
Oh God. Okay. Oops. Right. Okay. Anyway, that's understood now. Then we talked about broken bones, which are lesser issues, especially if you know they're broken, unless it's some part of your head or your spine. So, so if somebody, obviously, we don't carry those stiff boards. So if we have to move a rider from a hazardous road position, how do you do it? You drag them. What do you do?
No, that's when you need two people mandatorily. See, if you've broken anything of your collarbone, say you've broken I've broken my right collarbone while riding. all you have to do is the person can get up, and at that time the adrenaline will kick in. They can all of us are all of them are in sports, so they will get up. So taken that aside, just they have to support both their arms in this way and just walk towards the side, and then we can carry them or we can transport them to the hospital. Now, say it's your lower part of the arm. At that time, just support wherever it's broken, in front or back, without the weight bearing on that particular spot. Support them and they can obviously walk if it's their upper body. If it's their lower body, it's advisable that you don't put any pressure, any weight on the broken bone directly. And two people will have to help him carry him, one by the head and one by the limbs, lower limbs. But at that time, you all will need some support. It's actually best if you all can move him. If they've clearly broken a bone, it's actually much simple. So you just move him out of the main road and wait for help. That actually works better than us doing anything at that point, if they're not certified or qualified first aid responders. Because if you try to tie anything too tight or loose, that's when the bleeding might start. And I also want to mention another thing: if they've hit towards a stone or anything and they're not bleeding out, but they've lost consciousness, just let them be near that stone at that time. And the best thing you all can do for him or her is call an ambulance and wait. Because if they've hit the stone and if there is a bleeding, and the bleeding might be actually controlled by the pressure on the stone. So actually, when you move the stone and move the patient, the bleeding you'll have a spurt of bleeding outside. That's when it will start getting chaotic.
All right. So I know this is a bit of a damping discussion, but it's good to have it today. Then we have a good day tomorrow, digest it and get to good spirits. So any of those dark questions you want to ask, you could ask now and clarify. So once again, the protocol is, if understanding whether it's a first aid situation, which you can attend quickly. If you are not sure, you can obviously call, you will call and clarify, and then everything's good. But if it's something that requires a medical response, you got the source area number, which you will call. And if that's the situation, you have to keep the race headquarters informed, so that we would also be following up to see the outcome of whatever the medical condition that has basically come to life. So that's the game plan. All right.
Yes.
Do you guys have any questions? Dilanta's questions about aid stations, please connect after this. I will explain to you how that works. Are we good, guys? Is there any other? So please, I guess I've recorded. I've recorded it. We'll figure out a way to upload it so that you could share. You have to get your race support crew leaders to read the guide, the rules and the guide, the protocol. Sorry guys, I lost my connection. So do that, and then please have this safety and medical discussion with your race support crew, because can't highlight it more than this. So that was objective of today. Safe racing discussion. I hope this helped you. Loshi, do you have any parting points? I guess guys, you can
I'll
open
be
the
there.
yeah,
I'll be
ask
there
me.
in one of the back support vehicles. So if anything goes wrong, I will get in touch with the race headquarters and we'll try and help out in the best way we can, because we'll be working against distance and time. So if I'm in the vicinity, of course I will jump in. But if not, we'll help them as much as possible. So even at all the aid stations that we have, we've clearly told them, more than them doing anything, the first thing that they'll have to do on a thing is to get 1990 to first is to assess the situation if we need an ambulance and if we need further support, and the second thing is to get them there to the location per se. So we have fairly briefed them about it. So I think they'll do the needful.
All right. So on that note, thank you everyone for being part of this not so exciting, not so vibrant discussion, but brutal reality of our sport of being on the outdoors. And Loshi, thank you so much. It's great to have you on board, and we'll be spending good time on the roads together
Definitely.
at different locations. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Let's keep in touch. Tomorrow, race headquarters opens at 2 p.m. in Pedro. If you come for a ride, please drop in and say hi. For the moment, then it's good night and good luck. Thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
so much.